In each and every creature, from minerals to plants, from plants to animals, from animals to the human world, there is a connection based on water. Every being has water molecules invested in them. Ayverdi's analogies in her writings always bring that connection through her Sufi interpretation. To be an alive being, one needs to have water like air. To be an alive being, one needs to have love. While taking her examples from nature, Ayverdi describes a particular plant's life. Quote, sages living from nature, living with their roots in the water, but their heads also leaning towards water. They have such a fire that can't be extinguished. They have such big love, waters, always water. At the middle, a delicate slanting which originated from water, and again bending towards that origin, a body, bow-like tin. Their whole existence consisted of water, never to be satisfied of existence of water. Quote. Here she uses her Sufi worldview to explain the real meaning of the creation, which is divine love. Ayverdi's awareness and care of environment stated in these lines by another disciple of hers, Nazik Erik. She calls Madame Samiha Ayverdi. Due to her acceptance of the unity of the cosmos, naturally there was nothing that did not have intrinsic value in her eyes, nor was there anything that did not have value. She was equally happy with the replanting of the trees that were cut down and gathering of the water for pigeons and bird feed that she put in her balcony. These pigeons looked like they were waiting for her to come closer to them. They would be taking refuge in her lap, while comfortably sitting there waiting for their feet to be untangled by her small scissors from hair or thread. During that time, they would lean in complete, cozy submission to her chest. Humans also would lean to her, either from close or faraway places. Her heart was open as much as her table. She was generous as much as her heart. She was a big human, not only a guide, but also a close friend to those whomever wishes to take refuge. In whatever age, she was a strong confidant. She was caring and was calling for awareness in every being, from dirt clouds to birds, from grass to humans, knowing, recognizing God's existence, to respect and love, due to the pre-eternal covenant that is mentioned in the Quran 7:172. Quote, Prophet, when your Lord took out the offspring from the loins of the children of Adam and made them bear witness about themselves, he said, am I not your Lord? And they replied, yes, we bear witness. Ayverdi's writings always refers to the main source of Muslims, the Holy Quran, and she set a beautiful example of living the Quran. She cares about being pure for both outer self, zahir, and inner, batin, self, inner self, batin. She states, be watchful of your subconsciousness because your thoughts are likely to come into existence. Her care about purity is of course related with a presence that is filled with consciousness and responsibility. For her, there is no breath away from the unity with God. Purity means being ready each moment for that unity. Water is the main source to have both external and inner purity. Since every single cell of human being includes water molecules, and recent research proves her point, that even an external sound has an effect on water molecules, human beings should be cautious of his or her thoughts as well. Ayverdi quotes from Rumi's Divan-ı-Şems. In each atom there is a nur, light. In each drop there is a zuhur, appearance. And asks, doesn't he want to inform us by saying that in one drop of water and in one breath of air, there are hidden words? During an interview on August 10, 1948, she states, not only are we, but the whole world is sick today. Various minerals of this planet exist in the human body. Though iron, fire, water are not only the Earth's, but also the human's components. And and additionally, mankind is a fraction of the universal consciousness. Respected Ali says, "Oh, human being, you thought of yourself as a small defect, but the macrocosmos is contained within you." Samiha Ayverdi's wisdom allowed her to predict future issues, and she offers solutions or approaches to those problems through her Sufi interpretation as a Muslim woman. She was able to reach not only her own community, but also to humanity and our planet. Thank you again for those whose hard work made possible this significant forum to take place. I salute you sincerely.